Does Genryusai Yamamoto deserve to be a part of Squad Zero? Having witnessed his contribution to the Soul Society, surely you must have asked this question. Let's establish that the criterion for joining Zero Squad is not necessarily power. Rather, it is those who have made significant contributions to Soul Society's history who will be chosen to join this divine division. So would the old man qualify as a guard for the Soul King? Let's find out.
ようこそ私のソウルソサエティへ。
仕方ないっすね。挽回、観音開き、紅姫改め。
While there has been an exception in the form of Kenpachi Kuriyashiki, the main criterion for joining Zero Squad is that your contribution must be seen as an embodiment of Soul Society's history. But surely protecting the Soul King, the most important being in the universe, requires power. But it's quite clear that Zero Squad has methods of empowering beings who enter their ranks. So again, does Genryusai's contributions merit a promotion to Zero Squad? Before I list his contributions, it should be noted that his position was extremely difficult to replace. The era in which he ruled required strength and dignity which no one else possessed. In other words, among the Gotei 13, as far as leaders go, he was the best choice. Even before Seirete was fully established, Genryusai was already praised as a young hero who clashed with ancient calamities like Ikomiki Domoe, a time when the Shinigami did not yet possess their primary weapon. Afterwards, he went on to establish a school which taught Shinigami how to fight and helped to popularize swordsmanship. Then he went on to establish the Shinigami Academy, which in the current time is more than 2,000 years old. Here he taught students like Shunsui Kyoraku and Jushiro Ukitake, who would go on to fight for the sake of the Soul Society. Furthermore, this academy is responsible for training thousands of Shinigami who will go on to join the Punishment Force, which establishes order in Soul Society, the Kido Division, which is responsible for magical assistance, or the 13 Court Guard Squads, which guards the Seirete and oversees the balance of souls across the universe, thereby preventing the universe from collapsing. And note that the role of the Shinigami was stipulated after the founding of the Gotei 13. And who founded this entire organization? That's right, Genryusai Yamamoto. His actions were so deeply rooted in the Soul Society's history that even Aizen, who thoroughly researched Soul Society's history, who knew Kenpachi's secret, had information on the Gotei 13 1,000 years ago, and even knew about the origins of the universe, saw Genryusai as the embodiment of Soul Society's history. In fact, Zero Squad members like Tenjiro Kirinji and Kiryu Hikifune were once under the leadership of Genryusai Yamamoto and more than likely came through the academy as well. Additionally, 1,000 years ago when Yuha's Light Empire invaded Soul Society with the intention of collapsing the universe, it was Genryusai and the Gotei 13 from 1,000 years ago who defeated them. To suppress the Quincy's, Genryusai gathered a murderous group of Shinigami, including the first Kenpachi Yachiru Unohana, the greatest criminal in Soul Society, and kept them in line with his own power. He might have failed to completely destroy Yuha Baha, but he did drive them into the shadows, forcing them to become a hidden empire, the Bandenreich. To the Shinigami, Genryusai became not only a teacher, but a role model of principle. And while the punishment of Kisuke Urahara and the Visors happened under his watch, it was Central 46 who was ultimately responsible for casting judgment upon them. And after the members were killed by Aizen, it was Genryusai who took on the role of Central 46 across Soul Society. The new members of Central 46 were so impressed by Genryusai's wisdom that even when the new members were elected, his words still held sway. And with that, he defended the rights of Kisuke Urahara, Yoroichi Shihoin, Tessai, and the Visards. In case you didn't know, this is why they were allowed to come back to Soul Society. Senjumaru created the Shihakusho, but Genryusai created the soldiers who wore them. Oetsu created the Zanpakuto, but it was Genryusai who taught the Shinigami how to use them. Do I think he's qualified to be a member of Squad Zero by contributions? Absolutely. Cheers.